Hello and welcome to another episode of the NAmen Podcast, the premier LCS podcast, as Charles Gafford will say. My name is Andrea, and I'll be your host for the day. We have a very special and chill episode today, and here with me, I have some of my favorite girlies. So, first of all, I want you to introduce yourselves and also tell me what's up with you. What are your plans for this week? So, let's start with Bree. Hello, Bree. You are new to the podcast. Can you tell everyone who you are?
Hello. On Twitter, I am at LCS and I don't really do anything special. I just kind of talk about Berserker a lot. In terms of plans for this week, nothing super exciting. I'm hoping to write my power rankings for the rosters now that most of them have been leaked. And besides that, I don't really have any plans.
Um,
um, yes,
I'm
go, Delphi.
Delfino or Delphi. I'm December OLI on Twitter. And this week, I'm spending a lot of time with family and friends. I'm going to a Friendsgiving tomorrow night, and then I'm cooking with family for Thanksgiving. And then going to watch Black Panther on Friday.
Nice.
I'm Elaine or FluffTree2 on Twitter, FluffJWI2, and last Friday, I had my 19th birthday, so I'm celebrating with friends on Saturday, but yeah, it was nice because I did the esports Twitter tradition where you tag your favorite pro players. Um, so I tagged all of EG plus Huhi, Ssumday, and Busio. And then I got a reply from Busio, inspired Huhi, Ssumday, and Vulcan, which was really nice. And all of them meant a lot to me. And especially Huhi went a whole extra mile. And he unexpectedly said he appreciates my support and asked if he could buy me a cake. And then he Venmo'd me to buy a cake. So that was really nice of him.
Aww.
So please, everyone, stand Huhi. I will defend him with my life. He is too precious for this world. Okay, that was it. That was it.
Aw. Happy late birthday, Elaine. We have another birthday today. She'll introduce herself after me, but my name is Numiii, Numiii, on various social media platforms. For a little context, it is Thanksgiving and Black Friday coming up over the next 2 days, so I'm just gonna be spending time with family, doing some cooking. I like to do like a Black Friday shopping, Cyber Monday shopping as well, so I'm looking for a new external mic. Very excited about that. But we have the birthday girl to introduce herself. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you, Numi. Yes, it is my birthday today. So I have been chilling. And that's all I've been doing. This week, I do not have Thanksgiving. I am the only non Thanksgiving celebrating person in this call, apparently. But yeah, in Mexico, that doesn't exist. So, yeah. But I do have a very short week because yesterday there was a national holiday, so I didn't go to work. And then today I didn't go to work either because it's my birthday. So that's pretty cool. Well,
Yeah,
without
so sorry for anyone non-American listening to this podcast. This is like an American holiday we're celebrating.
it's still nice. Well, also in Canada, right? But not at the same time.
Yeah, I think
They
Canadian
celebrate.
Thanksgiving was
It's
last
earlier,
one.
right?
It was 2 months
Yeah.
ago.
Was the last one?
Mm.
Please don't flame me.
I have no idea. I'm not Canadian either, so I couldn't know. I couldn't know. Okay. So, what a week! It's only Tuesday, but free agency season happened, and we are finally learning what's up with basically every single LTS team. We have almost everything kind of unlocked. I mean, not officially locked, but kind of there. And to start this off, before we start talking about something very serious later on, uh, let's come down and talk a little bit about the roster speculation that has been going on and how everyone's feeling about it. Like, I want to know, like, what's roster that you have that we haven't found out this week that you would like to talk about?
Of course. Everyone
First?
knows what
Of
roster I'm
course.
gonna talk
Go
about.
ahead. Go
What
ahead.
could that be?
I'm
What could that
so predictable. You know, FlyQuest. Just kidding. No, it's 100 Thieves. Because my two favorite Academy players,
Here
my
we
two
go.
favorite players in general,
There it
are
goes.
starting on 100 Thieves. Keep your eyes out for Busio and Tenacity, my favorites. They are so wonderful. They're very good, and I think they'll succeed in the LCS because they're just nice like that, you know. And you know, I just think they're very wonderful people, and I think they should find nothing but success in their lives. I think they should win every single split they play in, and then I think they should go win Worlds.
For those who
Unfortunately,
may
they have a couple senior citizens
Yeah,
on
I
their
was
team that
going
might be
to ask
holding
about
them
that.
back.
Don't. Hey, what are you?
What do you mean?
I was going to ask about that.
Senior
Yeah, bro.
citizens.
Doublelift just left the nursing home to come back and
my
play
God.
League of Legends.
Oh
Delfi,
man, that's
please.
very savage.
I will take the opposite end of this perspective. Doublelift could save the LCS, right? A lot of people who haven't watched
Doublelift needs a walker
recently.
to get on stage.
Let me finish. Some people who
Yeah.
may have not watched LCS over the past 3 splits might be excited to see Doublelift back, combined with top laner Tenacity and support Busio. It could be very interesting for people to come back to the LCS, which are good for these 100 Thieves previous Academy players coming up to the LCS main stage. That is a really interesting storyline, and we can bring people back with Doublelift. He is
But
not a
you're
senior
not-
citizen.
You're not considering the fact that, like, I should be Busio's ADC. Okay.
Okay.
That's I didn't see that
Okay.
angle
here.
here.
When am
didn't
I
see that
going
one
to see
coming.
you? When am I going to see you in the LCS, bro?
Dude, we could play like that Rakan Zaya, that crazy Ezreal Karma synergy. You know, I would be the Senna to his Yasuo, bro. Like, you don't
Stop.
even
Stop.
understand.
This is
God.
not
Because
Valentine's
Doublelift
Day.
didn't learn Senna in 2020 summer, but I would. I'm different.
I would
Okay,
like to
thank you,
preface
bro.
this by saying
Thank you,
some of
Delfi.
us were not around when Doublelift was in the LCS, i.e. me. I
I
was
think
not
you are
watching
the only
LCS.
person.
I think I'm the only person here.
No, I don't know if Bree.
Elaine
Yeah.
wasn't.
It wasn't what?
Yeah.
You weren't watching LCS in like 2020 when Doublelift was flopping.
When he was flopping?
Why are you
Oh
doing?
my
Yeah,
God.
not
Why
in
are you
2020.
doing? This is.
You have to do him like that.
Was
I
it? I don't
mean-
remember who said it, but someone said when Doublelift is playing, if or when Doublelift is playing next year, he will be turning 30. And I was just like,
See, like,
Yeah, he's
happy
but, like
early
30, but
birthday.
like, I mean,
Imagine
You
being
could bring up-
30.
you could bring up Afromoo, except Afromoo's just
not
different.
He's not playing.
Afromoo's
He's not even
He's
different.
playing
different.
this
He's
year, bro.
different. Not even
Okay.
close. Not even
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my thoughts on 100 Thieves.
All right.
Do you want to say something, Elaine?
Yeah, I was just going to start with talking about huhi again, because like Golden Guardians tweeted a video today, so they officially confirmed it. They were welcoming
Pending right approval.
pending right approval.
Right.
It was welcoming huhi, and it was actually pretty fire with some acting from Stixay and huhi. And huhi was talking about how they go far back because they were teammates on CLG, winning their first split together, and they're excited to reunite. And like that CLG with Stixay, huhi, Darshan, Rainover, and Biofrost was the first team that I supported in LCS, so it would feel a little familiar, even though huhi is on a different role now. And I think he gets a lot of undeserved hate, and he's definitely a good support and also a really good person, so I hope that next year goes well for him. He's played his whole support career with FBI, so it'll be interesting to see how he adapts to a different ADC. I also think people might be like anti-Stixay since his peak was like a really long time ago, but I like him, and I think he was pretty good last split, all things considered, so I'm willing to give him a chance at least and see how he plays with huhi. Like as for Ole, he's going to military service. I'll definitely miss him in the scene since he was one of the hardest working LCS players and also very wholesome and also got more hate than he deserved over the years. So good luck to him. Yeah.
I think Stixay was probably one of the best players in Golden Guardians this summer. So it's pretty wild that he gets so much hate.
I mean,
I
maybe
feel
it's because he like wasn't playing and then like came back from coaching or something.
Mhm.
I don't, for
So,
some
like,
reason
no.
people don't like that. So like,
I'm gonna tell you this because I have to do it because it's my brand. But like, who Stixay played for Golden Guardians Academy during all of spring, right? He was
Oh,
supposed to be
yeah.
their coach, but
oh yeah, I
the
forgot.
player they had for
Oh, yeah, I
the player
forgot
they
about
had
that.
for Eddie Carey had visa issues, so he couldn't play most of the split, and Stixay played for him
Oh yeah,
most of
true.
spring. And he did such a good job with that team. I had so much respect for his success because one, he was smurfing in academy, and two, he did such a good job helping his team be better. Golden Guardians Academy was really good, and I was a big fan of that team, so I
Aw.
respect Stixay a lot more
Oh, nice.
from that.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
I guess like the second thing I had to say was about like Ssumday and FBI, which is like it's currently reported that that's going to be the signing, and they both also had their farewell video posted today, along with Huhi and Abadaga, 100 Thieves quadra kill. Someday he was recently added to 100 Thieves Hall of Fame, very deserved because he's been with the org from the very beginning. And 100 Thieves like posted his speech on Twitter, and it's very wholesome. He was thanking like John Robinson and Nate Shot for taking care of him, and he was like close to crying, and the whole thing was just so sweet. It's gonna feel a little strange to not see him like in red colors, but I just hope that he'll be happy on EG. A fun fact is that Ssumday was the only non-EG player on Summer Split first All-Pro team, but now he's actually going to be EG. I think he would play like similarly to Impact, so I don't think it'll be too much trouble integrating him, but that's just how I feel. And like speaking of Impact, like I was like a big 2022 EG fan, so I just wanted to say thanks to Impact, and I wish he got a more meaningful farewell video, and also inspired an Impact had a really wholesome exchange on Twitter where Inspired called him the best teammate he's ever worked with and that he'll miss him. And then Impact replied and said Casper is the best jungle he's ever met in a Western team. And like he's played with junglers like Smithy and like Meteos, so I don't know. I feel like it's saying a lot. And
I'm gonna start sobbing like in this call right now.
Going to talk about Impact
myself,
by the way. Yeah, but like I want to take on that that thing that you said, like kind of embarrassing for me, G, not going to lie.
Oh, that thing.
It's kind of embarrassing at this point how bad they are at paying respects to their players. I wasn't particularly expecting much because of what happened to the Dota team, and like the entire Dota team leaving and them just posting a picture on Twitter, and like that team had been together for years and years and years, and they have legendary players on there. So yeah, Impact is so much better. Impact is the player that got me into EG, and I know that's true for many other people who started being fans of EG in 2021. And clearly, so he's a player that he's loved by many. Very important to the fan base. Very important to NA to the LCS. Very important to the history of NA. So it's kind of important to honor that type of player when they leave. But well, we didn't get that. Since I'm talking already, the other thing that called my attention about this week was the official announcement that Team Liquid's coach is going to be MaRin. Like, where did that come from? Like, hello? So MaRin wasn't even like coaching before this, right? He was just
MaRin's
doing
been
his thing.
Just chilling since he retired now.
Exactly. He's been just hard chilling all this time with his money and his dogs and his wife. And then suddenly out of nowhere, he's coming to North America to coach Team Liquid. What is happening? So most people in here are either, in this call, I mean, are either too young or too new to even know MaRin.
I'm so sorry. Anyone
Let
listening,
alone-
I'm so sorry.
I don't even think any of you have ever watched MaRin play.
No.
Am I wrong?
I've never watched 2006.
I mean, you already expected that, so.
Yeah, I already expected this. But yeah, MaRin was my true first league esports love. Like, he was the guy for me. And I even did a project for him back in the day, like a K-pop style fan book that you send to the play, print it out and give it to the player and you give him all these messages
That's
from the
so
fans and
cute.
all that. Yeah.
Wait, that's so cute.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But yeah, so my heart actually jumped when I saw that, and I was like, I had to do a double take at the graphic that Team Liquid posted because I couldn't believe it, and it's crazy to me that he's going to be in North America. I couldn't have dreamed of this in my wildest dreams,
Is it
really.
your TL fan era?
Real fan era.
I was a Teal fan already once. I don't know if I want to go back, but maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Let's wait and see.
I feel like all
those are-
the roster stuff coming on right now, even some of it is slightly confirmed pending approval, or some of it is just like rumors or pending stuff. It's still really interesting to see, and I know people are gonna be like LCS like budget cuts, or like it's not interesting. I'm like, look at what some of these rosters are planning to do and come back to me telling me that it's not interesting.
Yeah,
I think next year will be
I think
very
you're
cool.
right. The feeling around the rosters was really like that up until last week when it started to show up. Like the rosters were a lot more interesting than we thought. Like there were so many moves that I was not expecting at all.
Like every single 2022 FlyQuest player being homeless.
Oh no! Wait,
Oh,
so
I
you
know.
are
So
talking about FlyQuest?
depressing.
Isn't Jose Diotto going to an?
I'm-
Oh,
No,
oh
no,
yeah,
I
they're,
mean, like,
that's not an
homeless in
LCS
NA.
anymore. True,
Oh,
true. They're not
okay.
an LCS. Jose does have a. He's like
Now,
an
if we're
LCS.
really
Where's
gonna talk
Philip
about
going?
Team McDonald's, that
Where's
Abadaga.
Abadaga.
Oh no, not the Vidaga.
Abadaga.
He does not
Worker
deserve
of the
to be on
month.
Team McDonald's. Like it's,
Yeah, probably, but yeah, I
Rest in
think
peace.
LEC does their moves so early. Maybe I don't know.
I mean,
I
we
don't
still have
know.
the rest of this week, right? It's not just it's the 22nd as we're recording this. We still have the rest of the week, no?
We still have the rest of the off season, technically.
I was just like, wait, it's like not just this week. It's like this whole month. Like we still like 2 months or something.
For getting a team, you mean, or?
Oh no, for announcing teams. Getting a
Announcing
team, you
teams.
had to do that earlier.
Yeah, getting a team, you're already out if you didn't get a team.
yeah. Oh, I just remembered
Basically over.
that like someone was calling next year's EG like 100 evil thief geniuses because there's just a combination.
No.
There's a combination of 100 thieves in EG from this year.
So
That's-
funny. And it's
that's
crazy how me and
hilarious.
Elaine predicted it.
No, we can't explain that.
We can't, but just know that we knew that those
That
changes were
we
happening.
that we like wrote that exact roster into live, like
Yeah,
word for word, but like
we manifested it.
I was just like a meme, like it was a joke
I
about,
know.
or like it was like a joke about EG and 100 Thieves switching players. So we made a fake roster, and that was the roster.
Yeah.
Bar for bar.
But literally bar for bar. It's so sick.
I don't know.
Okay. So, if no one else has anything else they want to bring up,
Oh, we
Yeah.
could talk about like the C9 Strata stuff, because
Bree-
Bree's in that, I know that.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about Doublelift.
Oh,
oh wow, everyone's talking about Doublelift today. Let's go.
So,
Let's sing.
like you guys talked about, I didn't watch when Doublelift was playing, but the person that got me into League, he's been watching forever. He's a huge Doublelift fan, so like he's the only streamer I've ever watched. Before I spent all my channel points trying to get him to drink water on stream, I had like 300,000 channel points on his stream.
Oh no.
So I've always looked up to him as a player and his sense of humor. It's why I love toxic players. So I am. just
Wait, isn't Berserker
really-
like not toxic at all though? Isn't
I
Berserker?
Well,
love
Berserker
that.
gets an
I love
exception because
that.
he's like really cute. So
So real, so real.
Who's
He
second
gets
for
the
you?
exception.
So it's like Doublelift is like number one like favorite toxic quote unquote streamer. Who would be number two?
Your mother.
Stop.
probably.
the new mid laner.
Oh, that's so hard. That's a hard question. Pretty much anybody on Doublelift stream. So Sneaky when he participates in the 80 hate.
So
that's
Sneaky,
true, that's true. I
2024.
forgot.
What do you think about LCS? Like, just consider if this Doublelift thing goes well, Sneaky or Meteos,
Time is
just
a
consider
circle.
LCS.
Probably,
Oh god.
the Mr. Beast team. He brings Doublelift over. Sneaky roll swaps to support. I could see that. and that'd probably be my favorite bot lane. Sorry, Berserker.
Oh,
Oh,
oh my
wow.
god.
The betrayal right
This
here.
is
You
huge.
heard
Oh,
Listen,
This is
I mean,
huge
wow.
news.
combining
Right.
double
Flip it and
lift
ship
and
Right here.
it.
sneaky.
Clip it or ship it.
So, yeah, I'm really excited to see Doublelift again. I really hope he performs at least top 4. I don't want him to be the reason the 100 Thieves roster fails,
Yeah.
but it's really exciting. And on the topic of Berserker, nobody was certain that he was going to end up in LCS. It made sense for C9 to hand him a blank check, but I'm glad he's here. I don't have to change my sleep schedule just to watch him live.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's
think-
always
Oh my
nice.
god.
I think Mark was saying this either on a Hotline League episode or a Blame game, talking about how he wants Berserker to stay longer than a year. I think at the time it was like early summer when he was saying this, but saying like, Berserker is a player that we want to watch and keep growing and seeing how he can
Yeah.
challenge other ADCs and having an opportunity here in LCS that he may or may not have in LCK when he was in T1. So I'm so glad Berserker is still on this C9 lineup, and I want to see him play another split or two, just to see what we can get. And plus, he can challenge Doublelift on that ladder as well. I think that might be really interesting. So I'm happy to see. I agree with you. I want Berserker in LCS for at least another year.
Need him here for
Oh.
another decade. I'll never have
Another
enough time.
decade.
Also, if we're talking about really cracked Korean ADCs, Prince?
I mean, that's
Pretty-
not confirmed yet, right?
I mean, yeah, it's not confirmed, but like, even the idea that Prince could come to the LCS is like, what? This dude was like very close to making Worlds, like one game away from beating the team that literally
Yeah,
won Worlds.
I think if Prince is here, it's just a big Papa Smithy diff there. I mean, for
Yeah.
FlyQuest, there's no way anyone else gets to bring a player like Prince to North
Yeah,
America.
Prince is so high profile, like
Yeah,
way
it's-
more
it
high profile
sounds-
than any import I
Sounds
thought would happen.
So impossible. It really sounds so impossible, something like that. So I will be amazed if that happens, and we are gonna wait
know.
and see if that
Let's
happens.
wait and see, because that is
Yeah, that's huge.
Prince. The ADC role will go Prince, Berserker, everyone else. That's what
Well,
if
maybe
that's
not in that order.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I regret to tell you, it will
Ooh.
be that order.
We will see. We will see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so now that we have gotten that over with, we can get to the fun stuff. So this episode, we are going to do our best and to try and become the next best North American general managers. We challenge ourselves to put together some very interesting rosters. Delphi, can you explain what the challenge was?
Okay, so last week or so, I challenged everybody in this podcast, plus some others, to make the cutest possible LCS rosters, like abiding by the import rule, right? Which means I can't just import the entirety of Genji. I had to actually like do some freaking NA talent, right? Which wasn't hard because
It's
NA
not hard
has really
'cause-
cute players, but because
I
Busio
wonder
is
who
in
you
this
picked.
region.
Oh, man.
Okay,
Wonder
but,
who it is.
So throughout, like I think Friday and Saturday, we posted all of our rosters and let you guys like kind of see them, and now we're here to defend them and explain our choices.
Very good. Thank you so much, Sophie. Okay, I want to hear what is Elaine's roster. Elaine, please.
Oh, I'm going first? Oh, so do I defend it too? Or do I just say it?
Just explain your choices, yeah.
Okay. So my roster was Ssumday, Inspired, jojopyun, Deft, and huhi. Okay. So Ssumday, I mean, I made this list before I even found out that Ssumday is supposedly going to EG. So now this is like half EG for some reason. But I already talked about him being super wholesome and like he's reserved and quiet and like a peacemaker, very polite. He even sits politely. I don't know how to explain it. He literally never trash talks, and he's always very thankful to fans. Okay, for Inspired, there's just no other choice. I don't care if I get judged. First of all, he's not only cute, but he's also been cute, and by that I mean he was the youngest on Rogue, and he was very much the silly, goofy, cute, troublemaking kid brother on the team. And even now that he's older and more mature, he's still quite cute, and he hasn't lost his silly goofy side. He gets really excitable and he makes dumb jokes and smiles and laughs a lot. He also has a really cute smile. And for JoJo, there is literally no contest since JoJo is like the cutest person on the entire planet. Like, sorry, I don't make the rules.
I'm telling Win-Win.
Bro, this is not about. It's not about. This
ain't about him.
This ain't about it. I feel like, I mean, I wouldn't even say Jisung's cuter than Win-Win, but like, let's not go there. Okay, so if Inspired was formerly the youngest on his team, well, JoJo is currently the youngest on EG, and it shows as everyone takes care of him, which is cute. He's definitely silly and goofy. He'll make random loud noises, random screaming, your mom jokes. He has the cutest smile by far and the cutest hair currently, the like fluffy perm. And let's just say there's a reason that all of the international pros at Worlds loved him and they called him cute, especially Zeus and Owner called him cute boy. And Zeus and Owner are mega cuties, so that has to count for something. Okay, and for Deft, following import rules, Delfi was like, yeah, you can even import Deft if you want. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm importing Deft. He's my favorite non-LCS player ever. He's very cute and sweet, alpaca, and I'm very glad that he finally won Worlds. He's very soft-spoken and squishy. And for Huhi, I also talked about him earlier. He's also very wholesome and kind like Ssumday. He takes care of two precious dogs, Haru the Husky and Dandy the Golden Retriever. All of his teammates love him. He's great friends with his teammates, and he remains great friends with many of his past teammates because he's like just a great friend. And like I'll just like mention one moment that I remember, which was then when like Afromu was announced to like be departing CLG in the off season before 2018, who he donated to the stream with a message that he like woke up and cried because he's gonna miss his friend. Aww. And it was like the sweetest. So
I remember that actually.
I think Afromu cried on stream. It was so sweet.
Yeah. Huhi's just really wholesome. So yeah, that was my team.
Well, thank you so much, Elaine. That was very comprehensive. I think all of your budget went on Deft, by the way. I don't imagine
Everyone's
how much.
getting paid McDonald's salary.
Getting
paid millions.
We didn't think about the budget. Oh yeah, even Arsh said that my team looks like it could win LCS too, which I didn't think about. But
yeah, actually,
hey.
Ssumday and Huhi won last year, and Smart and Jojo won this year. So you put in Deft in and just in Deft won World. So like, yeah, this team's winners.
It's a World's winning team actually.
Okay, Delfino, what was your team?
Yes. Okay, so my team was Ssumday, Spica, Chovy, Ruler, and Busio. Okay, basically the same thing as Elaine with Ssumday. Actually, she stole her Ssumday picture from me, the Ssumday picture collector, and he's just really cute, and he has like a really cute smile, and every time he smiles, it makes me smile because it's just so adorable, and he's also very sweet, and he also is so good at like kind of keeping his team like focused when they start getting a little too hyped up during a game, and I think that's a really cool quality. Spica, I like the way he experiments with his hair, even if it doesn't work out sometimes, but I think it's very and he also has a really cute smile. You might notice a pattern. He like, and the way he talks is really funny, and he's a very funny person, and I like the way he interacts with like Tactical and the rest of his teammates. I just think Spica's probably the cutest North American jungler. And the reason I said North American is because I used both my imports on mid ADC with Chovy and Ruler. So Chovy to me. Okay, first of all, I want to say that I was gonna put jojopyun, but then Elaine spent too long taking pictures, so I moved on to the next.
I was not at my computer.
Okay, that doesn't change the fact that I didn't get the pictures. So I didn't get JoJo pictures, and then I was scrolling through Genji pictures, all my Genji pictures to find good pictures of Ruler, and I was like, oh my god, Chovy is so cute. Like, I know Chovy's cute, but I was like, he's even cuter than I remember. And then I looked through like his older pictures on like Griffin and DRX, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is actually so adorable. He's he's so like teddy bear, right? But like not in the way like Canyon is. He's just like so he's like sleepy. He's like always sleepy. He's always mad when he has to get up early in the morning, and he's like he like pretends to hate his team, but he actually loves them so much, and it's absolutely adorable. And I think he's like a really good player, right? So people call him a robot, but he's not. He's like the sweetest kid ever, and he like he's just so he's so he's so kind, and he has a really cute smile. So for Ruler, I chose Ruler because Ruler is my favorite LCK player, and he's also very cute. He has a really nice smile, which I don't think any of you guys would guess that's a trait I like, you know. But it was really hard to choose between him and Berserker and Jackie Love because I love all three of them. But then in the end, I was like, well, I don't want Chovy to be lonely. And then also for top, it was really a fight between Ssumday and Tenacity and like the Shy, but the Shy's more handsome than cute. But Tenacity, he has like these pictures where he's smiling in his interviews, and it's actually like the most adorable thing ever. But I chose Ssumday because Tenacity is trying so hard not to be cute. I thought it would hurt his feelings if I put him on this list.
That's amazing. That's
I
great
love that
reasoning. Yeah.
So Busio, I mean, who would have known? Like, right? Who would have known?
Very shocking choice.
The only other
Yeah.
person that really came close was Carria, because Carria's like just Carria's Carria, right? Like Carria's like Korean Busio, but like I wanted the original Busio, you know. Busio has a very, very he has a very, very cute smile, and he's also like the sweetest person ever, and he's always like doing stuff to interact with fans, and I think he's one of the best players branding wise, and I really think he's like gonna do well in the LCS next year. So Busio is cute and also very cracked, and he's literally Carria's idol, you know. So yeah, that's my cutest roster.
Okay.
For sure.
How did people feel about your roster, by the way?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Not that many people commented on it. Like I got like 53 likes and like 3 comments on it. The only comment that I got was that Berserker would have to be their ADC, and I was like, sorry, I like Ruler more.
Dude, I got 3 comments asking where Spica was. I'm
Well,
sorry,
Spica
guys.
is in everyone else's roster. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
No.
Numiii, why don't you tell us about your roster? There's
Yeah,
where Spica
so-
went.
So I did my roster kind of after everyone else. So I had an idea of what people chose, but I didn't look into it too much. I also didn't want to do an all CLG roster as well. So I ended up doing Philip, Spica, jojopyun, Berserker, and Targamas. Who did play in G2 last year. So people have talked about Spica, jojopyun, and I've talked a bit about Berserker as well. So I kind of want to highlight Philip and Targamas. Specifically for Philip, honestly, I want to give a shout out to Timon on Twitter, part of NAmen as well. For Philip, I think I went for this kind of like family, like little brother, little cousin vibes for my cutest roster. So I honestly thought Philip fit that bill pretty well. I think he has a really nice laugh, a really cute smile. If you see FlyQuest do TikToks with their older FlyQuest roster now, because all of them are gone. But Philip's always smiling and giggling, and he just has a really nice laugh. And it seems like the little cousin you see in like Thanksgiving, you know, you see once a year. You want to say hi and like hang out with them. So that's kind of why I chose Philip in the top lane. I also put Targamas in support. He kind of I didn't watch too much LEC, but when I did, it was mainly G2 and some of Fnatic and Rogue. But honestly, like I think Targamas also gives like little brother, younger sibling vibes. I think he's really handsome, he's really cute. He's an amazing support player. I think I remember during spring finals, someone please correct me on this, he played like a Pike game on like game 4 against someone, and it looked really, really good. So I chose Philip, Spica, jojopyun, and Berserker. Berserker also gives little brother vibes. If you watched Summer Finals, that shot of Berserker holding the trophy and running around the arena still is a really nice memory. I think like that joyous feeling of winning finals and just being free. Like his hair is so big now, it's like pretty fluffy and he's running around and it's like bouncing. Like I thought that was super cute, but yeah, that's my roster. I know someone, Curly, from the Flight Crew podcast was like, but why does this team seem viable? And yes, I would love to see Targamas and LCS. Like, I think that'd be fun. Someone also asked me like, why did you not choose all CLG? Because I might be a little biased if I did that, so I decided to choose something else.
Who would do that?
I mean, like, I
I
think
don't
it
know
was
who
the
would do
same
that.
person asking everyone why isn't it all CLG?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
shout out
Like
to
CLG
him.
fan, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a
And
joke.
Alan 97 underscore
Mhm.
Yeah,
N.
yeah,
I
they're
think
just a
he's
big
Yeah,
playing
that
this
CLG
is
now.
fan.
him.
Shout out.
Shout out to you, man. Like I do love CLG. I just didn't want to choose an all CLG roster. But I did have an honorable mention to Palafox in mid lane. It was
Mhm.
either jojopyun or Palafox. So I ended up choosing
Very
Guys,
jojopyun
based.
at the
Who
aesthetic.
chose all CLG?
I have no
Uh,
idea. It was
I
definitely
wonder
not
who
me.
who chose all CLG.
I wonder who.
I think Targamas is actually an underrated choice in here. It's
I,
a really
I
nice.
will agree with that. He's cute.
Yeah, Loki, I really like that you went that way because it's a little bit different from the rest, and I really like how it looks. Like, yep, it's
If you
really
see the
nice.
graphic, if you see the graphic made by Andrea, I think Targamas suits this like cutest
Yeah,
family
I was gonna
LCS
say that I
vibes.
love the fact that you had a team like that your team was like the little cousin thing. I think
Yeah,
that's
very
amazing.
cute. That's a really nice.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah.
That's some nice GMing right there.
I did it everyone finished their rosters and Andrea's like, "Are you done? We have to record soon." I'm like, like this is my roster. I'm sorry. Like this is what I chose."
Um, okay, Bree, why don't you tell us about your roster?
For my top laner, I chose Lourlo. It was honestly incredibly difficult for me to not put Ssumday, but I had done it
Yeah.
after like I don't know, two people already picked Ssumday. It just felt a little disingenuous, but probably my honorable mention would go to him. He is adorable. But okay, Lourlo, he is like half and half, cute vibes and Chad vibes. It's just when I look at him, he reminds me of the Giga Chad gif, but in a cute way. It's really difficult for me to explain, but it totally fits. Also, starring in the Breaking Point Team Liquid, my favorite piece of LCS content of all time.
Based, very based.
Breaking Point.
It's a classic. I sure wasn't around for when it came out, but watching it and seeing all these players, and he's my favorite top laner probably. So for my jungler, I chose Spica. I tried to resist it, but I couldn't. He was cute 3 years ago. He's cute last year. He is still cute, and he's always experimenting with styles. He's got such a taste for fashion. If you've seen the pictures from Worlds this year, I love his vibes, and he always experiments with his hair on stream, and also every split he has a different hairstyle. And I just love a man that experiments. What can I say? For
Valid.
mid lane, I chose to import Icon from the LPL.
Wow,
Based,
So
based. Icon is so
Icon.
that
handsome.
is so yeah.
honestly, I've never watched this man play, but
You did a lot of
whenever he
research.
comes
You
up,
did a lot of
Doesn't matter.
research.
he is like when I look at him, he should be a model. If somebody showed me a picture of this, I would not think this is a pro league player.
Exactly.
He's
so pretty.
everything about his complexion is like pretty much perfection. Let's be honest. Besides Berserker, that's all. That's the only reason I chose him. He's really good though, so I guess that's a plus. For my AD carry, if you couldn't guess, it's Berserker.
Shocking.
Wow.
You've probably
Wow.
heard you've heard a few things about people's smiles today, but his smile definitely trumps everyone else's. He is so happy, and he gets along with everybody, and he's so sweet, and he is inheriting all the Twitch humor from Spen.
Oh,
So
that's true.
he's easily the cutest ADC in the world.
Wow.
So
Wow, in the
honestly,
world, are we
worlds.
talking?
yeah, for sure in the world by far. For my support, I chose Chime. He is underrated in the cuteness department, I'll say it. He's also incredibly talented at the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm gonna be honest, that's pretty much all I have to say about him. I love his hair, and I love his
He's gray
personality.
hair. Chime has gray
Fluffy.
hair. I will
Exactly.
attest
Fluffy.
That is true. That is true.
That's true.
Big shout out to his hair. That's my roster. I didn't get many people's opinions of it on Twitter, but I think it's perfection, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Based.
That is true. That is all that matters.
That is what matters.
I'm not even sure how to start here. Not gonna lie. Okay, so my roster, I know it's
Raising
not.
our we have like video
It's a
on,
theme,
like
it's a
all of us
theme.
are kind of raising our eyebrows, like.
There's a
I
theme. There's
know.
a theme.
I know. So, my roster is Dhokla, Closer, Palafox, Luger, and Poome. I
One
Yes,
of
I
these
do
is not like the
realize.
others.
This is different from the others. I do realize that this is just CLG with Closer. Everyone has pointed out. I know this is not exactly cute. I know this is different, but like I already talked about this.
It can be cute to you.
I already talked about this. Like I
He's
just
very nice to me. That's
Don't-
you right now.
I'm always thinking about pretty guys, and like to me, the only way I had to make a roster was picking the prettiest players, and that's what I did. I'm gonna defend this, even if I know I already lost this contest.
It's not a
so-
contest.
It's not
Contest. We're all
contest.
friends here.
So Dhokla, I think Dhokla is gorgeous, and I think if I had been a little bit more objective, I would have put Revenge here because I honestly think Revenge is one of the prettiest
Based!
people in the LCS. Yeah,
Someone
He's-
said it. Thank you.
I didn't know that you had that much of a reaction to me, but yeah.
I quietly watch Revenge streams. I think he's a
Okay.
really good player. I
Mhm.
didn't put him on my roster, but I'm a quiet like Revenge fan.
I mean, he's very beautiful. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say it, but yeah. But this is my list. I do what I want. Dhokla is really funny. Dhokla is one of my favorite players. The way he carries himself is just there's something there, you know. Like has all this confidence. He has such an attractive personality in general. I just, yeah, I'm a big fan of Dhokla. Sorry, Numiii.
What do you mean? I'm also a huge fan of Dhokla. I just quietly talk about it on the timeline. Like I don't want people seeing this about me.
There's nothing to be
I'm gonna
embarrassed
say
about.
something incredibly controversial. Maybe not. Now that Prey Stalker is not in the LCS anymore, because
Where are you going with this?
RIP, yeah, he's not in the LCS anymore.
Yeah,
I think
this-
Closer might be the most beautiful player in the LCS.
What?
Player?
Wait, someone is
Wow.
someone
In the
is like
LCS.
going from academy to LCS.
Someone, yes, certain someone is going from 100 Thieves Academy
Yeah,
to 100 Thieves LCS, and I believe he is a very
No.
pretty man, and I would.
Sorry, Leslie, but I
disagree
don't
we
with
all
agree.
have different. This is for a different
It's
episode.
okay.
This is
Different
why I
take.
knew. This is
For
why I
different
knew it
episode.
will be controversial.
Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Stop that! Stop
Because
that!
I could tell you who I think is the prettiest player in LCS,
Yeah,
but I'm
but
not going to do
I
that.
can also say this as well,
Oh,
and I
that's it.
won't say it on the podcast.
Say it. Inspired.
Yeah, say it.
Are you surprised?
You're so predictable.
Okay.
Anyway.
Please carry on. I'm embarrassed.
Anyway, continue, Andrea.
I think he's just stunning, and he has a great personality, and he's incredibly charming. And honestly, that's not even mentioning the gameplay. Like,
And his eyes are very
He's-
beautiful, right?
he's insane. I mean, you know about that, Delfi. We
We literally have
you.
conversations
you literally
about how
said
pretty
it on
his
the
eyes
podcast.
are.
You literally-
No,
yeah.
you have had you on the podcast go
Yeah,
on and
you
on
had a
about Closer
segment.
before. So
You
like,
guys have very
Delphi's
beautiful
down
eyes.
bad segment. Throwback.
we get If anyone wants to know about Delphi's thoughts about Closer, they can go back and listen to, I don't know, was it episode 3? I think it was episode 3. The 2? Okay. Closer is handsome is in the title for a reason. For me, I had to go with Palafox, and I think Palafox is the one that actually qualifies the most for the cutest challenge in here. He's actually adorable. He has great vibes. I'm honestly, I used to have a lot of friends who were into like Palafox fans, and I didn't quite get it. But now I'm completely part of the cult. I'm just Palafox super fan. I honestly, he's one of my favorite players. I think everyone in CLG just became like one of the players I like watching the most. And Palafox is incredibly nice. He's funny in a snarky way, and he also like. Do you guys remember that segment in the LCS about how he has like his own sleeping?
He has a nest.
Zone, yes, the nest. That's adorable. Yeah, I love that. I love that for him.
It's really cute.
I'm gonna skip ADC for a second, and I'm gonna talk about support first. I wasn't going to choose Poome, but the joke was too good of putting CLG with Closer in the graphic was just it was too good to resist. So my first option was actually Chime, but I still think that yeah, I think Chime is okay. The Poome is very good looking, and I think when he had the long hair back in 2020, that was like such a male model vibe from him. I can remember because 100 Thieves always does these photo shoots with their players in which they look like models, honestly. And there's a lot of pictures of that from that era, and I think that was such a vibe. So Poome fits right in with the vibe of this team. If you saw the graphic, I think the vibe is very obvious. So Luger, how do I say this? How do I? Luger is very pretty. Yeah. He's very pretty, and like the thing I love about Luger is that he knows he's very pretty. And I also think he's very cute. By the way, you guys remember that Travis got for surprise test videos?
Oh yeah.
When he was
that video, yeah, and he's like absolutely clueless there, and just like, oh wait, why are you talking about it? I just thought that was super cute. Yeah. So I don't think, I think he's kind of cute, yeah. My roster people actually praised it a lot because, I mean, what are they gonna say? Like it's still G with Closer.
I mean, you didn't explain what it was for. You were just like, you just put it out.
I didn't explain what the roster was, and everyone thought it was like a good roster, right? So, honorable mentions. I'm sorry, Contracts. I actually think you are very cute and very handsome, and I love you, but the jungler position is just too stacked. What can I say?
So real.
What can I say?
It is super stacked.
So, now that you have heard all of our rosters and all of explanations, we want to know what your cutest roster is. So please let us know. Make a tweet and tag at NAmen Central on Twitter and send us what your cutest roster is, because we want to know what your cutest roster is. So yes. We have a couple of announcements. We already mentioned the Twitter. We made a Twitter account for the podcast, so please go follow at NAmen Central on Twitter. If Twitter isn't dead by the time you're listening to this. And then we also have Discord. So if you would like to join our Discord server, we have opened it up for invite only right now. So you can send us a message and we can give you an invite to our Discord server.
DM anyone.
By us, we mean anyone in the bio of the NAmen Twitter.
NAmen
So,
Central.
anyone
or
in
anybody
Discord?
on the podcast, yes.
Yeah, anyone on the podcast, you can just DM them. Yeah.
Yep. And well, I think that's about it for this episode. Does anyone have anything they want to say before we go to the shoutouts?
I-
How did you feel doing the rosters?
Oh,
How did you feel
okay.
with the
The
experience?
the one thing that I wanted to mention was that since like there's like the import limit, like you can only do 2 imports, and because I had to have inspired, so I only had 1 import slot basically. So I was like deciding between these 2 options, and it could have gone either way. So one was Ssumday Deft, which is what I went with, and the other one was Zeus Danny, which is also like really close in cuteness, and it could go either way. I can't tell you which one's more cute, but they're all very cute. Zeus is super cute. Danny is by far the cutest ADC who's ever actually played in LCS. So yeah.
Are you sure
Okay.
Bree
I think.
object to that with Berserker being the cutest ADC that's ever played in the LCS?
But Danny, bro.
That's
So
cute.
much
Danny is very
controversy
cute.
in this call.
For me, I think top lane was my hardest role to decide because like I was deciding between like Kingen, 369, Zeus, the Shy, Tenacity, Someday. It was like there was so much happening, and I was like, well, like all these players are cute, and all of them but one are imports, and two technically. So it really like I kind of eliminated all the imports because I knew I wanted to import mid because there's not that many cute LCS mids in my opinion. So I was like, well, I wanted to import mid, and then I also wanted to import ADC because there's not really that many cute NA like non-import ADCs in my opinion. So I was like, well, I guess I have to go with the native top. So I want to let you know that I did the stupidest thing ever. I played rock paper scissors with myself.
Amazing.
You didn't even do like a eeny meeny miny mo.
I could have done like rock paper scissors with
Random
my
like
sister.
wheel chooser.
Or, like yeah, no, I literally like put both my hands against each other and went rock paper scissors.
Amazing.
That doesn't even make sense.
Only the best
Because
decision
you
making
know- What?
in this challenge.
How does that work?
You could have just done a wheel. Like a wheel
I could
kick.
have literally done like odd
Anything,
numbers,
bro.
tenacity, and even
There were
numbers.
many ways to do
There are
this.
many ways to do it.
I chose.
But she chose to do
Alright.
that.
That's
Okay,
hilarious.
we
That's
all have our
hilarious.
moments. Okay, we all have our moments.
It's okay. It's okay. Well then, we are going to do close this with our shoutouts. Bree, who or what would you like to shout out this week?
My shout out would probably have to be at C9 Berserker on Twitter. He only
I
has
love that.
34,000 followers. He needs a
Wow.
few more. Come on, guys.
Delfi?
I want to shout out myself, of course.
Wow.
December OLI on Twitter, and I want to shout out Andrea for turning 95 years old today. Happy birthday!
How dare you? How dare you?
Not live! Come on!
Holy shit.
And I want to shout out, of course, my usual shout out, Busio. You're so cool. Thank you for being so cool. And I also want to shout out Tenacity. I never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke. But I hope you guys find success in the LCS. I love you guys so much. Please don't ever change and don't let yourself be bullied by the elderly.
Elderly.
What's with all these like we have at least 1 to 2 your mom jokes. What's these like elderly like jokes we're making in this episode?
Hey man.
They hate us, Numiii. That's it.
I mean, don't.
That's all.
Kids these days. I'm a kid.
I'm not recording when it's my birthday. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing
Anyways,
Elaine, do you want to go?
shout out to first of all Huhi and his girlfriend Angela for being super nice and buying my cake. It was a really nice cake. And shout out to Inspired Lol on Twitter. Follow his YouTube and tell him to stream because I miss it. And shout out to jojopyun Lol for existing. And that's it.
I want to shout out the Riot League of Legends Flickr, actually. I found the Targamas picture from Worlds, I think group stage, from that Flickr account. And specifically, I want to shout out Colin Young Wolf, who photographed a couple of these teams. Specifically, did like an autograph Polaroid thing going on with not only the teams, but the broadcast staff and celebrities such as Jackson Wang or Little Nas X. So I kind of want to shout out the Flickr album, honestly,
Yeah,
not
from
only like
Worlds,
myself,
the
but
from Worlds.
like Delfi and Elaine, like we look through these trying to find like Little Nas X. I'm sorry, okay? Like Delphi's like leaving me in jail right now.
The
I'm
Lil is not
sorry.
short for anything.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me finish. I want to shout out Colin Young Wolf, the photographer and all the photographers who worked on that project and worked all of Worlds, basically. Y'all make great
Polaroids,
pictures, and
yeah.
you work really hard for us to get pictures. So I appreciate that. Don't let Delphi, me saying a celebrity's name wrong, discount one of my shoutouts. So, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Numiii. I appreciate you. Don't let the kids bully you.
Don't let the kids believe.
I'm going to shout out. I don't know. I honestly forgot to do this. Let's shout out CLG for being clearly the most good-looking team in the LCS, as said by me. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Well, that's it then.
Everyone
thank you so
say
much.
happy birthday to Andrea.
Happy birthday,
Now,
Andrea.
say it now.
Birthday.
Say it.
Happy birthday.
Go on Twitter and tell her happy birthday.
At Edgehoon. Tag her in all your tweets.
At
She'll love that.
Edgehoon.
EDGYHOON.
Tell her happy birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. That will be it. I'll see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.